It's when we're treading uncertain paths that we find lessons that will help build our future.
Life coach and vlogger Jay Shetty wants to be better and make the world better with the knowledge that he has gained. Surprisingly, the life of being a monk wasn't something he was ever interested in until he heard a monk speak to a group he was in, and it then changed his life. He spent his early years searching for something to fulfill him, experimenting with all sorts of activities that one would never guess a monk would be involved in.
Balance isn't having everything all of the time, because that's impossible.
He was in a point in his life where time was being wasted and his search for fulfillment felt never ending. Once he heard this monk speak about the unselflessness service of others, he knew that this is what he had been searching for. The idea of helping those around him in need and not benefiting from it spoke directly to his heart. Jay shares this equation for finding purpose in your life. He says passion plus strength plus compassion equals purpose. So what are you passionate about? Add your strengths to it, and then your compassion, and you've come to your purpose, according to Jay Shetty. To find that passion, Jay asks that you think about that dream that keeps you up at night.
A discipline that requires total focus, but will revolutionize your life if you're able to do it.
This is the dream you should be chasing after in life. Jay says you must have a plan to get there though, otherwise your dream is just a wish. Next, you must not waste your time trying to be someone else in life. Focus on your strengths and what makes you special. Don't get lost in trying to be someone else. Your time is valuable. Don't waste it being someone that you aren't.
That is the most deep understanding of one's role in life and not getting lost in other people's identities and perceptions of you. Strength plus compassion equals purpose. But now let's focus on the word passion. How do you know what your passion is? So to break it down, I've been thinking that purpose is like an adult, passion is like a teenager, interest is like a child, and curiosity is the womb. So the birthplace of passion is actually curiosity and interest. Yeah, it's not part of my job, it's how I see my job, right? It's how I perceive what I do. And the term is job crafting, where you have assigned meaning to the task, you've assigned meaning to the experience, that you're now fueling that work rather than letting the job description be your only definition of it. And I think we waste so much time trying to be like, what am I really passionate about? What do I really believe in? That's going to take years to figure out. And I've heard you say this too. That's going to take experimenting. It's going to take testing. But the thing you can start with right now is the simplest form of, what am I curious about? How many of you have a crazy dream or a crazy goal? What is your crazy dream? The dream that keeps you up at night is the real dream you should be chasing. But to chase that dream, to find that dream, to make that dream a reality, you need a strategy, right? A dream without a plan is just a wish. Tony Robbins said that, right? A dream without a plan is just a wish, right? Without a strategy, without a guiding philosophy, without guiding principles, without actually creating a clear plan. Play to your own element. Don't try and perform someone else's expertly. So in modern terminology, or how would I say that, is don't waste your time. Steve Jobs, don't waste your time trying to live someone else's life. You know, don't be trapped by dogma. Focus in on your own strengths, your own element, what you have to offer. Don't get lost in trying to become like someone else, pretend to be someone else. So we want to be in that dynamic balance of growth, but always to give. So I always think, how can I go 3 steps deeper so that I can move 3 steps forward so I can give 3 times as much, right? That's always my mentality. How do I go deeper to go more forward to give more? And if I can get those 3 in action for that reason. See, it's all about the reasoning. You can do anything you like, but it's why are you doing it?
Yeah,
we know
of course.
And I actually said to one of my friends, I said, I'm only going if we go to a bar afterwards, because I wasn't interested in hearing a monk's perspective on life. So my friend forced me to go. He promised me we would go to a bar afterwards, and it changed my life. It was the most captivating presentation I've ever been to. And he spoke about selflessness and service and kindness, and it just got me hooked. So I spent all of my summer holidays from 18 to 22, aged 18 to 22, half of them working in the finance corporate world in suits and driving cars in London, and spending the other half living as a monk in India. And when I was 22, I decided to turn down my corporate job offers and go and live as a monk in India for 3 years. And half our days was silence and half of it was service. So we meditated for half the day, and the other half we were trying to serve humanity and make a difference in the world. I was really, really fortunate that very early on I started to experiment with what mattered to me. Sometimes that got me in a lot of trouble. What people don't know about me is that I was suspended from school 3 times for trying out all sorts of things, like things that people would never imagine of someone who goes on to be a monk. I was experimenting with all the drugs in the world. I had multiple relationships. I was really trying to search for some sort of meaning, fulfillment, and as long as I've known, I've been chasing thrill. I really value thrill. And he spoke about this incredible principle where he said that we should plant trees under whose shade we do not plan to sit. And he was speaking about this principle of selfless sacrifice. And that kind of just penetrated me right there. When he said the words selfless sacrifice, for the first time in my life, I felt a thrill about something that I'd never felt before. I thought, wow, giving up everything you have for the service of others sounds like the best thing you could possibly do.